Love me or leave me. 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 You said that you love me. You said that you need me. That's what your mouth says, but your actions show me different. Show me you love me. Sacrificing my for sure for your maybe. You either love me or leave me. You either love me or leave me. You either love me or leave me. 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 Now who was there for you? Me. When your ass was out of work, yeah. I know my worth. And if you can't treat me right, then go on with your life. You either love me or leave me. You either love me or leave me. You either love me or leave me.
All right. How's everybody? It's DEDE BLASS. I'm going to come in to do some news for you. Okay? All right, just a moment. I'm going to start with it now. Let me close this out. Put this away. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to start the stories. Okay, how's everybody? I like to ask. I will always ask. You know, hope you're safe. Hope your seeds are safe. Hope things are going well for you and any kind of goals and plans that you have. I hope they work out for you. Anything to further you and your children, I'm down with it. You know, because I'm trying to do for me and mine. So, and I hope everybody else has that same attitude doing for, you know, me and mine. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with the news. Okay. There was a boy killed a man with the one single punch. He went into McDonald's after the friend gave his friend a fist bump, and his friend hit the floor, and unfortunately it killed him. Okay, so there's no arrest. There's no more information about this. I'm sure they'll probably, you know, say a little more about that. Okay, these are 3 short ones, so I'm just gonna blast them right out of the way. Okay, all right. So we have here. Okay, a retired teacher picked up a tab for a man who's short on cash at the Wawa, only to learn it's Keith Urban. Okay, I have seen his pictures along Hollywood through the years, but I'm not quite sure what movie he starred in. So maybe he's having hard times. You know, sometimes those actors, you know, they be broke. You know, it says it on the thing that they make this, they make that, but they don't. They be needing cash. They throw them that black card. Charge that up. They don't care what you charge on that black card. See, bad credit, that's bullshit. You get the black card. They give you the cash in the beginning when you start sacrificing. But that cash run out, okay? And you got to do all of this and that just to get more. You know what I mean? So some stars just get out of it. They do enough to stay alive and they get out of it. All right, okay, so now here's another. The fight that took place in McDonald's branch in the city of DeKalb was posted online. It's really some ignorant shit. Okay, so what happened was a customer asked for a free cup. and on the free cup, one of the brawlers used it. They added soda to the cup. They were using it, and so the manager cut the soda machine off. You know what I mean? He cut the soda machine off. So you know, a dude tried to stop the fight, throwing eggs at both of the brawlers. Someone pulled him away from the brawlers. Wow. And then, okay, so, all right, so this dude tried to separate them, but he was throwing eggs at them. So I don't see how that's helping. But anyway, he was pulled away from the brawl, and they just let the girls brawl it out. That was that. They just let the girls brawl it out. There have been no names. There haven't been any arrests or anything like that. You know, so usually when people get to balling like that, you just let them do what they gonna do. You know, you can get in there and get a hand broke. You can get in there and get fucked up yourself. Maybe one of them might think you in it and hit you, you know. So I usually don't break up fights, you know. I have in the past, you know. And twice I got, you know, anyway, I don't bother people. I let people do what they gonna do. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. 2 fights at McDonald's, kind of violent, huh? Okay, all right, okay, now, listen, 3,000 bags of heroin, 2 stolen handguns, 2 men behind bars on a $5 million bond each in Port City Daily. Zabar Irek, 43, and Sean Fontel, 31, have been arrested after a 2-month-long investigation by the Wilmington Police Department. Wilmington, the 2 men arrested for heroin, 2 men were arrested for heroin tracking. Okay, so they didn't give too much information, you know, on this one. So hopefully, maybe I can try and do an update. There's a few updates that I have, and I'm not going to put them out yet because it's, you know, it's not very many. So I wanted to make sure I had enough to, you know, to have enough video to, you know, y'all know. Okay, all right, we have another here. Okay. There's a 12-year-old girl dies after eating a snack on the school bus. Food allergies should never be taken lightly, especially for people who have asthma. Okay, she took a bite of a granola bar. The peanut allergy, since she has had a peanut allergy since the age of 3. So Amanda had dealt with previous reactions. She bit into a granola bar and was sick and rushed to the high school, but it didn't help. The EpiPen they tried to use, so they did bring her to the hospital where she perished. You know, so that's unfortunate. I'm very familiar with that. I have asthma. And certain peanuts I can't eat, you know. So when you're eating things, and if your child has asthma, they have some sort of breathing bronchitis, whatever it is, try not to give them peanuts. Like me, I don't eat too many, but when I get my sunflower seeds, you know, I go to town on my sunflower seeds. So I have those, but I really don't have any other kind of nuts because it will lead, you know, to, you know, allergies, you know, allergic to stuff like that. It's really serious. It can lead to death, eating peanuts, when, you know, when you're asthmatic and you have different allergies, you know. So try to be careful not to give your kids too many nuts, you know, especially if they have a breathing problem. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. So let's continue. I have a few more here. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. Now, a man had a picture-perfect life, it seems. How Dad's picture-perfect life in a $400,000 home hid his horrific abuse and murder of his adopted baby daughter. Matthew Scully Hicks, 32, violently shook an 18-month-old Elise and threw her to the floor at their home in Cardiff. Okay, Wells, the little girl, she died 4 days later. Okay, Dad's perfect picture life, like, you know, like Jekyll and Hyde. They said the guy was like Jekyll and Hyde. He'd be really nice one day, and then the next day he's a monster. So Matthew adopted the girl several years ago, along with his husband, Craig. She died weeks before the adoption went through. Okay, just weeks before the formal adoption release went through, baby was found dead, murdered by her father, Matthew, at just 18 months old. Okay, so some people, and I had spoke about having casual babies and having that you feel like that you could take care of a baby. Babies hard work. They don't know nothing but they want their mother. That's all they know. And you can't be mean to them and mad to them. They show up. Terrible twos, 18 months, that's terrible twos. They tear up everything. You have to teach them. Don't touch this, don't touch that, And but the shaker, he must have been really annoyed with putting on a phony facade, that 400,000 home, nice car, and his lover, his husband, Greg, they had a good thing going on, and he ruined it with his temper, because see, you really didn't want that baby, did you? Okay, people think babies is easy. You don't just put the bottle in their mouth and they lay down. They want to get up, they want to touch this, they want to touch that, they want to go here, they want to go there, They go by McDonald's, they know McDonald's sign, they kicking and shit, they're very smart. And he shouldn't have killed her. She could have been there for him for later on, how daughters are there for their father. I was there for my father toward the end of his life, I went to the hospital to see him. I rubbed his hair, and he wouldn't eat, they said. So I got him to eat. I fed him his last meal, and I kissed him, hugged him, And I was on my way back there to see him, And my husband came in to let me know. My sister told him that he didn't make it. And so, that was a big loss for me, my father was a gangster. I didn't agree with everything, what the gangsters do, but he was my dad, and I loved his ass to death, So when he died, and then what my brother did, and then my husband robbing banks, and I was just tore up, y'all. So I died inside, you know what I mean? Getting picked on by different people, moving from place to place, looking for a proper landlord. I had to take this landlord to court. And I got some of my rent money back, and he was violated, but it was an awful situation, and he didn't give two damns that we was cold and that we was, catching head colds and was sick constantly. So I took his ass to court, And so I'm back alive again, So give me a minute with the feminine stuff, the makeup, and I had been away. The t-shirts and sweatpants and what it is, So, I mean, it's still what it is, but not really. I'm a lady, and I don't want to get myself involved in any kind of ignorant, situations with a person. Let them do that by themselves, you know what I mean? But don't walk up on me, though, and don't run up on me, approach me properly, You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not scared of nothing but God, and I'm scared of rapists. Definitely. Okay, all right, so I have more news. Let me get this out. Thanks for listening to me, y'all. Y'all so sweet. I love y'all. Thank you. All right. Okay. Here's another. A police officer of 48 who filmed himself raping a baby girl is jailed for 16 years after being caught by his own colleagues. So his people that he worked with caught him. Isn't that awful? Your co-worker doing that? All right, okay, so Jessica Green reported Dean Roberts, a former Wales police officer, filmed himself raping an infant. A police officer was jailed for 16 years. His accomplice, which is his lawyer, his name is John Guest of Cardiff as well. He was earlier jailed for 26 years for sex offenses against children. So see, you don't know who the boogeyman is. Lawyer. Yeah, I got that. A lawyer. Wow, I'm telling you, them crimes and them little, I mean, in the ghetto, they shoot. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, but then they do have an ID channel, too. They kill and shoot. You understand? So you can't put violence more on one side than violence on the other. You get what I'm saying? If you're going to dig out the hood and they wrongs, then dig out what's going on around the world on the ID channel. People killing their grandparents, people killing each other left and right, husbands and wives married for many years, killing each other over money, and, you'd rather live in the hood, trust me. With all of that going on, right? Okay, all right. Now this is about one of my favorite girls. Okay, Nene BLASS, the messy, miserable, who says that she looks unnatural. Nene clapped back. Nene says she's here to please herself, and she advised the hater that she had a lot of fat under her neck, and that her lipstick was all wrong, the color for the outfit that she had on. So so Nene just, you know how that is. So Nene just got her told, giving her makeup tips and stuff, I like Nene a lot. I don't watch their show anymore. It's been a long time since I watched their show. Actually, my sister used to watch their show, and she used to call me over. Girl, look at this. So I did eventually end up looking at one of their shows, and I thought it was great, the show. But, we don't watch TV here. We haven't had TV here for about 8 years now, and we don't listen to the radio either, So once I saw a couple of cartoons, with their satanic kind of things going on, and not even that, but just sexual. It's just too sexual, like trying to sexualize the children, and some of those things I heard walking by the TV, and one of those cartoons said, I don't like black people, so I'm not going to the cookout. Should I go? It's going to be black people there. I turned around and I said, well, what the hell are y'all watching, And that was it. I unplugged my TV, and it's been that way for 8 years now. My kids, they have college and jobs. Yep, TV, turn that shit off, really. Don't try to have the TV be your babysitter, because you don't know what the babysitter's doing with your baby on television. Do you understand? Do y'all get that? Television? Television is a lie. It is. The majority of it is just a lie. And it's becoming very satanic too. So be careful with your kids and signs and symbols and things like that they throw up. You must let them know, don't throw that up, just in case, So I don't have any little ones right now. My kids are grown, thank God. I've been waiting for this, so I necessarily don't have to watch the cartoons and things like that from them. They're much older now, so they know what to do and what not to do. And they also know, the small things that they should know, all right, so thanks for listening to me, y'all. I had a very great day today. It worked out for me well. I got a chance to get some news in. I love doing the news. I just love it, and hearing different, things that's going on in different states, and people getting arrested for this and that, and anyway, I want to thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it very much, and subscribe. When are y'all gonna subscribe? Might as well subscribe, because DeDe got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of things that we want to do with this channel besides news, So I mean, don't be afraid, to feel like you can't, subscribe. And screw other people who don't. If you like me and you think I'm cool, you think you might want to hear me talk and stuff like that, and you like my music, well then subscribe.